pharmaceutical industries are becoming competitive every year. Honestly, I was not expecting such a thoughtful ones. Getting placed immediately after my internship was not just about luck. Taking admission into Pharm D was not a planned decision for me. Interact with the patient, but it doesn't mean that you are not contributing to the patient care. Rating, complaining, and saying I choose the wrong course doesn't solve your problem. However, you can still make your resume stand out. The more you learn about the opportunities, the more you become confident on your future. Have chosen the course, then it's our responsibility to make a career plan and build a future from it. This mindset can really make a huge difference in your career. The only key is how well you prepare yourself to grab these opportunities. I would never suggest any kind of certificate course. Focus less on regrets and more on the opportunities that are available. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Last week I asked you all to share your questions, and honestly I was not expecting such a thoughtful ones. I received many questions from Instagram, YouTube, and all related to the Pharm D, career opportunities, job placements, clinical research field, and you guys literally covered everything. So initially I thought of making a short, quick question and answer video, but after reading your thoughtful questions, I changed my mind and I wanted to take a time and answer them properly based on my own experience and what I have learned so far. So if you are a pharmacy student, intern, or someone who planning your career in a pharmacy field, then this video is for you guys. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's start with the question and answers video. So I made a list of questions which I received from both Instagram and YouTube.
1 hour later.
Let's start with the first question. The question is, how did you get placed immediately after your internship? To be honest, getting placed immediately after my internship was not just about luck. It was the result of my consistent preparation and efforts I put in. During my family journey, I focused on building my profile with case presentations, review articles, and learning opportunities that are available after completion of the family course. And in the last 2 months of my internship, I started searching jobs. I regularly followed the job openings, updated my resume, prepared for the interviews, and applied consistently. My advice to all of you is to start your preparation at least last month of your internship or your course completion, rather than waiting until your internship is completed. I understand balancing hospital duties, college work, and job preparation quite challenging. But if you want to secure a job soon after your completion of the course or internship, you have to manage your time effectively and start your preparation at least last month of your internship. Okay, now we'll move on to the next question. So the second question is, clinical pharmacist or a clinical research organization, which is better? Okay, there is no universal answer because both are good career paths. Although the roles are different, but the ultimate goal is the same. That is the patient care. See, a person who is working as a clinical pharmacist in a hospital, they have a direct contact with the patient, so they can see what patient is receiving the medication, they can review the treatment chart, and they can monitor the drug-drug interaction, and they can directly see the patient recovery. Now, if you are working in a clinical research organization or any pharmaceutical company, you may not interact with the patient, but it doesn't mean that you are not contributing to the patient care. Now let's take an example of pharmacovigilance. In pharmacovigilance, we collect and report the adverse events experienced by the patient to the health authorities. So if a particular medicine is associated with a consistent serious adverse event, then the health authority can investigate further, ask for the additional studies, impose restrictions, and they also have authority to withdraw the product from the market. So indirectly, the person who is working in a clinical research organization also protecting the thousands or millions of patients from the adverse event. Similarly, in regulatory affairs, professionals work to bring a quality medicine product into the market. Again, the end goal is the patient safety. So whether you're working in a hospital or a pharmaceutical industry, you are ultimately contributing to the better patient outcome, just in a different ways. If you enjoy attending the ward rounds, direct interaction with the patients and counseling, then you can choose clinical pharmacist as your career option. And if you're someone who is interested in a drug development process or research field and working in a clinical research organization, then you can choose the corporate field. Again, the best choice depends upon your interest and your long-term goals. Now let's move on to the next question. So the question is, do you regret choosing Pharm D? Is Pharm D worth it? Okay. Taking admission into Pharm D was not a planned decision for me, but honestly, I don't regret choosing Pharm D course. And I would like to tell you the same, not just about the Pharm D course, any course you would choose. Instead of consistently worrying, complaining, or blaming on your choice, just start understanding the opportunities that the course can offer you. Start exploring the different career paths or a domain that you can work after completing your course. The more you learn about the opportunities, the more you become confident on your future. Because at the end of the day, regretting, complaining, and saying I choose a wrong course doesn't solve your problem. It only wastes your time and energy. If we have chosen the course, then it's our responsibility to make a career plan and build a future from it. This is something I strongly believe in, and it's the approach that I followed in my own journey. So, my suggestion to you all is simple. Focus less on regrets and more on the opportunities that are available. So, this mindset can really make a huge difference in your career. Let's move to the next question. How important is Pharm D today and what is the future scope? Here, I would actually like to broaden this question just from Pharm D will include the entire pharmacy field like B.Pharm, Pharm D and M.Pharm. So during our academic, we study about the patient care, drug safety, drug development process, and process involved in the marketing of the quality products into the market. So the primary goal is to improve the patient disease condition and quality of life. From discovering medicines to making sure these are safe and effective for patients. So this is how pharmacy professionals play significant impact on the healthcare system. Now coming to the scope, the graduates can build their career in different paths including the clinical pharmacy, pharmacovigilance, clinical research, medical writing, regulatory affairs, clinical data management, medical coding and academics. However, I want to be realistic here. The degree alone will not guarantee the opportunities. The healthcare and pharmaceutical industries are becoming competitive every year. So students who actively build these skills and stay updated with the industry trends will have significant advantages. So in my opinion, scope is definitely there, opportunities are available. The only key is how well you prepare yourself to grab these opportunities. Okay, now we'll move to the next question. How can we build our resume apart from case reports and case series? This is actually a good question. Apart from case series and case reports, you can work on a review article on the topics or domains which you are genuinely interested. These review articles can really add on values to your profile and give you the deeper knowledge about the subject or any topics you are working with. And the first thing we need to understand is the fresher's resume is naturally going to be simple since we don't have any professional experience at. So it's completely normal for freshers resume to look less detailed as compared to the people who have years of experience. However, you can still make your resume stand out by adding your research project, review articles, case presentation skills and academic achievements. Another important point is that you shouldn't focus on making your resume to look 2 to 3 pages long. Always remember that a good resume is all about the quality, not about the quantity. Even one page resume can create a strong impression if it clearly showcases your skills, experience, and achievements. So focus on adding meaningful content to your resume rather than trying to fill the pages. Next question is, what courses would you recommend from 4th year to 6th year? If you want my honest answer to this question, I would never suggest any kind of certificate course. Personally, I never invested money on such courses, and the topics which they are covering is already we are studying in our academics. So I don't think additional paid certificates are necessary. We are already paying a huge amount to our degree, and my suggestion would be not to take extra certificate course unless the course genuinely adds value and it teaches you something which is not covered in your academics. If you really want to gain a deeper knowledge or understand the topic very well, then there are multiple resources available at online. You can learn on your own, read research papers and work on a review articles. One thing that helped me a lot is working on a review articles. So when we work on a review article, we'll read the multiple research papers, understanding the subject thoroughly. This not only improves our knowledge but also it adds value to our academic profile. So rather than focusing on collecting the certificates, focus on improving the knowledge and developing the skills that genuinely contribute to your career. Alright guys, that's all for today's question and answer video. There are still few interesting questions. I think I'll cover those in my next video. And if there is one thing that I would like you to remember is that instead of constantly worrying about your future, spend that time for preparing for it. Your career is built by the small efforts you make every single day. So yeah, that's all about today's video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep believing in yourself. So meet you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.